Afternoon. My name is Prophet C. Brazil. Welcome to another day of Bible prophecy. Well, today I want to follow up on what I left off on previous recordings, and this was concerning a dream God gave me the year of 2001 after I had fled to Danville, Illinois. And this is one out of the series of dreams and visions that God gave me when showing me things to come. And as they transcend into Bible prophecy, today I see the revelations of those same facts unfolding themselves as the characteristics spoken of by the prophecy of Bible prophecy connects with the character. These are telltale signs to indicate the near to indicate the nearing of the return of Jesus Christ is very near upon us, and His judgment is at hand as I speak right now. Well, you notice the chart that I have behind me is the white horse, the red horse, the black horse, and the pale horse, and what are their significance. But first, before I get to this, I want to begin by telling you this dream and this vision. Well, December 25th at 2001. It, as I'd gone to sleep in my bed at Danville, Illinois, the night of the 24th. And as it carried over into the 25th, some part of that night, I had this vision as I was caught up in the midst of the air above the clouds. I was in the Middle East, over the land of Abraham, and there appeared below me was this dark cloud like veil, which blanketed the whole entire earth in that region. Well, I was placed in midair above this dark cloud or veil where I couldn't see the earth. But as I was facing the east, and I looked, as above me was a white cloud, much higher than this dark cloud looking veil that was beneath me. But the white cloud was just above my head, a large white cloud, not as large as this dark cloud which blanketed the whole earth. What I couldn't see what was going on beneath there. As I happened to look to my right and look at the same time while looking at the white cloud that was above me, there was peoples of all nations and all tongues descending from all parts of the earth, coming up through this dark veil, just descending up on top of this white cloud. And as they descend up on this white cloud, as each one placed his feet upon the cloud, he turned round and gave hand to his comrade who was following in next in line, and give him hand and pulls him up there. And each one get their footing, then one would help up. As looked, there was no gladness and there was no sadness in either of their heart, as if they had traveled a long journey and were just glad it was over. This is what it seemed to me as I seen one happen to other. But the appearance of these people was as if they had gone to work to do their normal job, dressed and gone to work to do their normal job during the day and never returned back home. Just was transformed into a spirit-like person, yet while dressed, but yet they was being caught up by some strange force as they set feet on the cloud. Well, as I look to my left, up on the northern mountains, where the mountains was so high in the air, I see other peoples who also was fully dressed and dressed in pearls and diamonds and all this, who had made themselves made their way up on the side of the mountain, up through the cloud, climbing up the mountains, as the morning does. And as I looked on these, they were screaming and crying and begging, waving their hands, crying, please take me, shouting out to the cloud that these peoples was descending onto. Well, as I continue to look on and seeing these people crying, I became troubled and understood not why I was caught up. And I cried out in the spirit to God and said, who is these who is descending upon the white cloud? And who is these who is standing, ripping their things off up on the side of the mountain and just casting them down the mountain as doves, lining morning doves, all lying a mountaintop or something. And a voice came to me and said, out of the heavens, and said, the ones that you see is who are climbing up on top of the white cloud are the oppressed. And the one that you see on top of the mountains are the oppressors. And I didn't know the significance of this because whatever was hid beneath the veil of this dark cloud, I couldn't understand, know the significance of it because the time was not yet at hand for these revelations to unfold themselves. But as I look and had began to write the gospel of God as he appointed me to, and I found this part which may be of significance, and as they transcend into the behavior of the rich man today. It has something to do with the symbol behind me, the white horse, the red horse, and the pale horse, and the black horse, which symbolize myself, which I didn't know at that time. Well, if we go to Revelation chapter 12, and this will give you an insight on what may have taken place. It's a part of Revelation, and here it is, Revelation chapter 12. I'm gonna go to verse 11. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb, and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto the death. Therefore rejoice, you heaven, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he know that he has but a short time. And when the dragon saw that he was cast out into the earth, he persecuted the woman which brought forth the man child, and to the woman was given 2 wings of a great eagle, that she might fly into the wilderness unto her place where she is nourished for a time and a half from the face of the serpent. And the serpent cast out, verse 15, and the serpent cast out of his mouth water as a flood after the woman, that he might cause her to be carried away of the flood. And the earth held the woman, and the earth opened her mouth and swallowed up the flood which the dragon cast out of his mouth. And the dragon was wrath with the woman, and went to make war with the remainers of her seed, which kept the commandments of God and have the testimony of Jesus Christ. What this telling you was the flood was a mighty military force. They went at bin Laden in Afghanistan. That's for the flood. Now, the earth is going to open up and consume these military fighting forces. And when he see that the earthquake caused these people to be consumed, then he's going to make war with remaining of her sin using nuclear weapons of mass destruction. This was the significance of that dark cloud, which I didn't see the significance of under the veil. This is the part that's happening right now as they send